Hey guys, this is Kest, and I came in a different setting today because I'm thinking, well, I don't need to really set up a video that proper or with that sort of setting just to speak what I think, and I don't really need a great camera to film as if I was doing a huge Hollywood video or a great production, because what I want is just to speak and to tell my story, to meet other people with the same subject. I don't know, something around these lines. I don't want to become frivolous, you know what I mean? I was thinking about this subject because of AI. I was thinking about AI and how can I start another video talking about AI, because I want to talk about so many things that the video would have a lot of images, would have to be scripted in order to have a proper timeline, but I think that I will start doing these sort of more intimate videos. I would say intimate because I will do a lot of pauses. I won't edit the video as I tend to do, so I tend to cut and paste a lot of video. I tend to speak a lot a lot faster as well, because I think that will save time for me for you not to be bored with my pauses, and it can also be funny when I start saying wrong things in that language, and I just cut it in a way that it becomes funny, I think. But in these ones, I think I will start doing like this. It's sort of more intimate videos. You can see it as a video where, for me in my head, this is more like a podcast. So it's a podcast with image. Do you get what I'm going? So you can just start listening, and it would be like a conversation, because sometimes those are the things that I like to hear. So at night, for example, I'm watching YouTube, but I just want to go to bed and fall asleep, and instead of reading or something like that, I just plug in my headphones and listen to some podcast or something like that till I fall asleep. And it helps me a lot because I like to hear noises too. So crowded houses for me was never a problem when I wanted to fall asleep, you understand? So today's conversation will be about, another thing is the camera. Like I say, on some other video I was like scrolling and it was making noises while I was speaking, because my computer is a touch screen as well, so I was trying to read the questions and sentences on the screen, just scrolling with my finger, and the microphone of the computer, obviously being so close, picked it up. So yes, that's the reason. But I want to talk about AI and all the fuzz about AI. This is so insane to me. This shows me the amount of people who are totally unaware of technology or totally unaware of the possibilities. I don't understand the extent of what I just said, but well, I know a little bit. It scares me a little bit to think that we're in a world where most people don't even know what's AI, you know what I mean? So we're in that spot, but a lot of people are in a totally different mindset. It's really weird. And people are posting, I would say even people that have channels and pages on Facebook and things like that, that are aware of technology, and they say so many crap. They say so many alarming things that it scares me more than the AI notice by itself. So AI is not a new thing. We all know that. I know that for sure. I remember since I was a young kid when the first, well, I would not say the first, but the more complex sci-fi movies start coming out. You know what I mean? Me and the you know what I mean sentence. I'm trying to quit that. But yes, 2001 Space Odyssey is for me my favorite movie. Uh, I just I think the minimalist aspect of it, you know what I mean? There I go. The minimalist side of it is just fascinating for me. And in that movie, AI becomes overcomes the laws of men. So, and that's not a new movie. You see where I'm going? So, all this fuss about AI, from that moment, from all till nowadays, cars and so and a lot of things with some sort of AI, we're just used to it. Some people don't even notice that they're using it, you know? So, will AI take over? Probably yes, I would say at some point. Who knows? No one really knows the future of AI. I can tell you that. Because the future, even if you go there, there's still future. So, no one. Well, you can go to a certain extent, but you cannot just keep going like if you had all the answers. I don't believe that at all. So when I'm saying that I believe AI will take over, probably I'm saying because we already foreseen it and we tend, like I said, to do what we imagine. So AI, what's the fears? What's the fears of AI? What does AI, why are people scared about AI? Of taking their jobs? That's already being done. So what's the scariest part? What's the questions that I'm not understanding? Is that AI may be in power positions and use man as some sort of slave, if you want? Is that the fear? I still don't get it. And if that's the fear, who's gonna be the first dumbass that's gonna create some sort of machine that can think by itself? And if machines are programmed in the way that at some point they can be autonomous. For example, imagine Sophie. She already had citizenship in Saudi Arabia or some Muslim country. And when a machine has the power to decide, it's already based on some sort of laws because the machine was built. The machine was not. It's not. Doesn't have a random. Because humans, you don't really know what's coming out of each one. But in a machine, there's a program. There's a matrix that the machine has to follow. And that can be interrupted because it's a machine. All the data is on the paper, while a human, it's totally the opposite. So probably yes, not in our lifetime for sure, not in the for sure not in the next generations. I can see robots acting like humans, I can see all of those things. I can see we arriving to a point where visually the robots will be can mislead someone thinking it's more alive or something, but physically, no one will reproduce the human movement in such a fast pace. It will be done, but not in our lifetime, I think. Not with our complexity, you know what I mean? Because humans, you can twist your arm, and while I'm just talking with you, you can imagine how many muscles and moving parts of me, even at a molecular level, that are changing. So for a robot to have all those details in him, that must be a hell of a robot, and it would require hundreds for sure of people working on that subject by itself for years. And I don't believe that's gonna happen so soon. But I do believe one thing. I have the theory that I think that Elon Musk from Tesla, he's in a race with Boeing to reach Mars, to colonize Mars, or to be the first one to arrive there. Because, if another one gets there, I believe that they can share space and an investigation. But he wants to reach their Mars first. And I think that being such a fanatic of technology and the future, I think that robots like Sophie will be part of missions, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because they're very complex already in order to register and they're already an output and input vehicle that is useful. I don't know why when I try to be natural, I sometimes I don't know the word. You understand what I'm saying? So yes, guys, what do you guys think about AI? Do you think that AI will be controlling the world? What do you think AI will do? And how can AI blend with us? How can what are the future for AI in your opinion? Because I'm not buying all these scary notices about AI. It's really annoying to see a lot of people commenting things like AI will take over the world, or AI will be the enemy. I'm just baffled. Do you say baffled? I'm just amazed by, we're all talking to computers, we're all using them day to day, and we're looking at cameras, and people are hacking our computers and using programs to hack us, and those programs have some sort of programming, and programming is a language, and that language has to be written, and to be written someone has to know it, and to know it someone has to have that intelligence. You know what I'm talking? So AI is a design. We are a design. We are genetic designed. But if we reach the point where we designed AI, or we design and mimic some sort of human intelligence, we already know it's an open map for us. So I'm not really scared. I don't understand why people are so afraid. I see a lot of usage for AI. I can see AI helping a lot of elderly people. I can see AI helping a lot of youth people, babies, and so forth. I can see AI helping improving the life of a lot of people with some sort of handicap or some sort of they're not as well prepared. So I see AI simplifying a lot of things to traffic, for example, the way things are made internally, all those paperworks, things like that that can be accelerated if everything that surrounds us had some sort of intelligence. So things would work faster, for good and for worse, of course. But we have to accept the both sides of the coin if we want to give that jump. So if we want to, for example, give a huge jump in finding cures for some diseases, who knows if AI is not capable of reaching some levels of, for example, you can imprint on AI the knowledge of a mathematician, but no human can reach that level in the short term, but AI can. So I think we should look at that in that sort of sight. So AI can really improve our lives. Don't be afraid. I'm not afraid. I'm excited with AI, to be honest with you. I can see a lot of things happening in a much better way. Security, for example. Can you imagine? Because nowadays people are just hit and run. That's how crime is made. It's a hit and run. It's always like this. But if instead of a hit and run there was a hit, recognize and catch, that would be quite different. Because I don't care if there's surveillance on the streets. I don't find that intrusive as long as they're not inside my house. But on the streets, I find interesting that everyone is secure. And if everyone agrees with security being that level of intrusive, so what's the problem here? Those who don't want to be secured on the streets or filmed probably are those who have issues with other things. Because AI will not say to everyone in the world, hey, Mr. John is walking on that street. AI is just like a scan. It's working all the time, and it recognizes subjects when subjects on their programming awakes that sort of action. So if AI is watching on an airport 10,000 people, she's not really looking like a human is looking. It's like just a scan that you're crossing and there's a laser, or when you're scanning things on the supermarket. It's the same thing. It doesn't look if it's hamburgers or a piece of bread. It's just recognize the barcode and the price. So AI does the same on the airport. It doesn't really recognize each person and goes to all this story. It just has some indicators, like for example, this face is a criminal looked for a lot of countries, and suddenly in all those people, AI has on the programming to recognize those features on that visual level. It's not on that John, it's on every pixel of the screen that AI is capturing. And if there's something that matches, she recognizes. So AI is always, like we are, our tools. It's not a being. It's not something like that. AI is a tool. We are creators. AI can create because we said so. It's not because she really wanted to. She doesn't have a wish. She doesn't have anything. She's just, like everything in life, huge amounts of data. So I don't know if you guys like these sort of conversations, but I wanted to put my stamp on my views on AI. I would like you guys to tell me what's your point of view on this, if you guys want to discuss, of course. I'm not gonna say, probably in the future, I'm not gonna say things like, I don't know, subscribe here and there or comment here and there, because I find that I was not being fully honest with yourselves by not being honest with me. Because if I want you guys to see me as a friendly person, a brother in genetics, if you want, someone that is really connected to you guys, because I am, I trust me that I am. I'm getting to know more of your names as you're commenting and things like that. So I feel that what I want is in a way happening. I want to create. I don't want also to be taken as just by myself, but I would like to create a family of simian liners, people that are similar, that have similar uh, wishes. It doesn't really matter if you're a simian liner or not, but since simian liners have this trait so intense and with some differences from normal people, I would find interesting to see what a lot of us can do if we are organized. So yes, this is my sentence on the AI subject for now. This is a vlog. I'm not using really that much visual things, but I think that it's interesting to let my thoughts filmed and see what happens in a lot of years, or how long will they maintain themselves here. I thought about this the other day. How long things will. This is like a library of your own self, so it's a nice thing to do. Vlogs is a nice thing to do. I would recommend everyone to do vlogs. If people would say a couple years ago, oh, you should write yourself on a piece of paper or in a diary because it helps people. Vlogs, I think, has the same purpose. So you're putting out there. I know that it's a public thing, but that's the route people that do vlogs, I think, they like. So at least I do. So I hope you guys enjoyed the conversation. I'm very eager to know what you guys think, and that's it, guys. See you guys soon.